Welcome all our viewers to today's teaching on the Rock channel. My name is Reverend �値𝗏 𝗂𝗀, your host. I do hope you're following and enjoying the teachings that are coming to you from this channel. It's a channel that believes that a life that's built on the principles and values of the Word of God is a life that is established on the rock. And that life will withstand the inevitable storms of life. So far, we've been bringing teachings that borders on marriage, on how to avoid the bickerings, the fightings, the separation, the divorce that are happening in our marriages today across the globe. And we are attempting to provide a solution that is contrary to divorce. And that solution is intimacy. In our last teaching, we brought to you the topic on love languages. We've done the introductory part of it. And the summary of it is that there are ways to express your love to your spouse. That is called love language. And there are languages that are dialects in love expression. When you are speaking to your spouse in the language of dialect that he or she does not understand, your effort of expression of love will amount to zero. You may be thinking you are showing him or her love, and yet she's reacting the way she's reacting because actually she does not understand your dialect. And we want to look at the different types of love languages as profiled by a great writer called Gary Chapman. He profiled 5 different ways of expressing love in marriage. I want to take the first one, and it is called words of affirmation. Words of affirmation. Spouses that take words of affirmation as their primary love language are those who derive joy hearing sweet comments from their partners. They feel loved and cared for when they are appreciated for some good things that they have done, or they are appreciated for his or her person. Any other thing you are doing to that person does not matter as long as you are, not appreciating what he or she is doing. For example, when your wife cooks the food and put on the table, you just say, wow, this is the best meal I've eaten. Or she comes back from her hairdo and you just begin to shower praises on her hair. Or when the man dresses up to go out, you just cover him with kisses and words that make him feel that he is the best in town. These are words that stir up the emotion. They stir up the emotion. And we have laid so much emphasis on the emotional intimacy. Once the emotion is stirred up positively, every other thing follows. And so it is important to speak to that person that considers words of affirmation as his or her primary dialect in love language. When you speak good words, sweet words, words of encouragement, words of appreciation to that person, he or she will feel great. So this is very important. Another way of expression of love, of word of affirmation, can be by giving out encouraging words in times of challenges. It's not just only when that person does something good or dresses well that you speak sweet words. Even when the person is going through challenges, tough times, you give him or her words of encouragement. Let him or her know that, look, honey, I am solidly behind you. We are in this together. You're not alone. I know you can pull through. Such words goes a long way to build the strength, emotional strength of that person in times of challenge. But I want to put a caution here. When you're trying to administer word of affirmation, you must be very careful of the way you put the words across. The manner in which you express or you give out words is as good as the literal meaning of those words. When you use harsh voice or harsh words, to express your word of affirmation, you may end up injuring the heart instead of steering the heart up positively. So the Bible says in Proverbs 15 verse 1 that a soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So even when you are trying to pass your word of affirmation, make sure you use soft words. Make sure you use words that suit the mind, not the one that stir up anger. This is very, very important. Also, we have to make sure that we use humble voice, humble approach, an approach that more or less, kind of makes requests, not placing a demand. When you're placing a demand on somebody, you're making yourself a boss to that person. You are trying to impose yourself on that person, and the person will rebuff. The person will feel threatened. When you are making a request, when you are putting it up in form of a request, the person will feel highly, appreciated. For example, when you are telling your spouse, look, I enjoyed those donuts the other night. They were so wonderful. I would love to have them again this weekend. I think this is a very good compliment. Your wife will feel honored to know that, oh, you enjoyed that donut, and you are not forcing her to do it again, but you are kind of placing a request. Please, can I have it again this weekend? And she'll be glad to do it. When you are forcing her, hey, that donut, you must do it again tonight, you make yourself a boss to her, and it will repel her from you. That is words of affirmation. It goes a long way to touch the heart and stir up emotion. Another love language we want to consider is quality time. Quality time. This love language is expressed by giving your spouse an undivided time, undivided attention. The spouses that cherish quality time as their love language, they don't want anything that would take their spouses away from them. They want an undivided attention. This is what love is, means for that person. You don't just stay far away and say, I love you. You don't just, distance yourself and be thinking, what if, because I have given her enough money to go and do her shopping, I have provided everything she needs in the house, she will know that I love her. No, she wants you to be there. Even when there's no money, she wants you to just literally stay with her or stay with him. So quality time is expressed when it is husband and wife alone sitting together, undisturbed, discussing issues that centers on them. It has to do with couple sharing togetherness, going places together, lying down together, doing things together with focus on themselves. Togetherness should not be mistaken as proximity. Two people can be in a room, yet they are not together. When we're talking about togetherness here, it has to do with the hearts being knit together. Not just that we are in the same house and we're not talking to one another. We are on the same bed, and this one faces the other side, that one faces the other side, and you feel you're together. No, it has to be something of the heart being knit together. So when we're talking about quality time here, we're talking about couples that spend time together as much as possible. Whenever they have the opportunity, they just want to be alone, and everything they want to discuss is something about them, how to grow their relationship. Maybe they want to look back how they started, times of that they faced challenges and how they were able to pull through together. When they spend such time together, it could just be sit in front of the television, watch one movie together, holding hands together, cuddling each other, and sharing sweet moments together. That's what that spouse wants as an expression of love to him or her. So people that they value quality time as their expression of love, they are people that demand for undivided attention. They don't want anything that will separate them from their spouse. It is very hurting to a spouse that wants quality time to be an expression of love to him or her. That when, for example, your wife, if she's the one that quality time as an expression of love to her, and she's talking to you as the husband, and you're not listening, you're not paying attention to her, and you feel that just coming back home with a gift which you bought on your way home to her will convince her that you love her. that she will not value that. And these are the things that cause problems in marriages. You'll be thinking upon all that I've been doing for this woman. She's still nagging, she's still, fighting. Why? Because the time she needs you to listen to her, the time she wants you to come to the kitchen, sit with her, even when she's cooking that food for you, she wants you to sit down there in the kitchen, just be telling her, or she'll be telling you one story of how the day passed. She just cherishes that time. It is not about the gift, it's about the time that you have given to her. This is one very important that couples must pay attention to. Discover what your spouse values as an expression of love. That's what we mean by love language. That's what we mean by the dialect. Speak the dialect that your spouse understands, and she'll be able to appreciate your expression of love to him or to her. Number 3, love language I want to briefly look at is receiving of gifts. Receiving of gifts. There are couples that cherish it most. No matter how much you say, I love you, I love you, I love you, and there's no physical object to show for it. There's nothing you are presenting as a gift to show for it. They don't just understand your expression of love. So people who have receiving of gifts as their love language are intrigued when they are given a gift. Gifts are symbols which serve as a reminder. Whenever they look at that gift, it reminds them of you. It reminds them of your love towards them. It is the thought about someone that prompts giving that person a gift. By the time I see that gift, this is a gift from my wife, it will make me to know that, she remembers me, she thinks about me. Because it is when you think about somebody that you go ahead and buy a gift for that person. So it is very important. And also the monetary value that is of that gift does not necessarily matter. Even if what you bought is just something of €1 or €1 or $1, it can go a long way to still stay at the heart of the person. It doesn't matter the amount the gift is bought. The message that gift is passing is that this person thinks about me. This person remembers me. For example, if your wife, cherishes receiving of gift as an expression of love, and you're coming back from work, you're coming back from your trip, from your business engagement, from office, you just stop by the way and just pick one rose flower, just one rose flower, just one, or just a little thing. Just as you press the bell and she opens the door, you just hand her over the gift. Say, this is for you. That's all. It's the magic, and you see all over her. Should be filled with your love, and she can go a long way to surprise you as her husband. So I want you to discover what your spouse cherishes as an expression of love, the love language he or she understands. Gifts can be given out in ceremonial times. Maybe on the days of birthdays, on the days of, wedding anniversaries, on New Year's, Mother's Day or Father's Day, Christmas, and so on and so forth. And also gifts can be given at any time when you're coming back from a trip, when you're coming back from work, or sometimes you just pull a surprise, just look for a very single opportunity to give out a gift. And this will go a long way to minister to your spouse the depth of your love. I believe you have learned something in this teaching today. Go ahead and practice it. And if you're blessed by this teaching, subscribe if you have not done so. Like these teachings. Share these teachings to your loved ones. Somebody out there is wallowing in darkness of ignorance. Somebody out there is going through tough times in his or her relationship that needs this teaching to be able to pull through, to be able to come out from the woods. Go ahead and share. You will be saving a lot of marriages by sharing these teachings to your loved ones. In our next teaching, we'll continue. There are still other love languages that we need to look at. And I pray that the God of heaven and earth will keep your marriage intact, will protect your marriage from every storm, and give you grace, wisdom, and understanding to confront the challenges that are facing your relationship. The ultimate desire of God that you and I should enjoy our home is a mini heaven on earth. And it shall be so for your marriage. God richly bless you. I remain your host and your voice, Reverend Dr. 𝗧𝗵𝗲 𝗔𝗯𝗃.